Here we look at 4 examples of multiplying and dividing signed numbers, integers with plus or minus signs. So we look at the first one. As we know, if there's no operation symbol for two numbers, but we have parentheses, that means multiplication. So we're supposed to multiply -5 and -16. First, we determine the sign. From the rule, we know that 2 negatives make a positive. 2 negatives multiplied make a positive. So negative times negative is positive. The plus sign can also be omitted. Now we're going to multiply the numbers. 5 times 16. If you can see the answer, you can go ahead and write down the answer. If you can't, you would have to multiply them out vertically. So we do 16 times 5. And we do 5 times 6, and we get 30 from multiplication table. And we have a 3 up there. And then we do 1 times 5, that gives us 5 plus 3, that's 80. So the answer is positive 80, or you can omit the plus sign and just put 80 there. Equals 80. So next we're going to do a division. And we have -125 divided by 25. So negative divided by positive, it's going to give us a negative. Now we're going to divide 125 by 25. Again, if you can see the answer, you can go ahead and write down the answer. Otherwise, you can do long division. 125 divided by 25. So recall how we do long division. First, we check if 25 goes into the first digit. 1, of course not. 25 does not go into 12 either. So we have to use all 3 digits to see 25 goes into 125 how many times. We can start with like a low number, say 5. Well, a quick way is you can kind of round these numbers. Say 125, you can round it just as 120. 25 just round it as 20, and we know 20 goes into 126 times. But if we try 6, as you can see, 2 times 6 is, if we put 6 here, it's going to be a little too big, because 5 times 6, that will be 30, and there's a little 3 here, and then we multiply 2 times 6, 12, plus 3, that will give us 150, and that is way too big than 125. So we're going to reduce this 6 to 5. So that 6 gives us a starting number. And when we realize 6 is too big, we reduce it. So 5 times 5, that gives us 25. And I put 2 here. And then we do 2 times 5, that's 10 plus 2. And that's exactly 125. The remainder will be 0. So the answer, 125 divided by 25, it's 5. Next, we're going to do -168 divided by -3. Negative divided by negative, just like positive, a negative times negative, that will also give us positive. And we're going to do long division for 168 divided by 3. Set it up. And 3 does not go into 1, but 3 goes into 16 5 times. And 3 times 5 is 15. And there's a remainder 1. And we bring down that 8. 3 goes 18 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. The remainder is 0. So now the quotient is positive 56. And this plus sign can be omitted. Okay, now next, the last one, we're going to do 46 times, let me go ahead and erase this one. 46 times -27. First, determine a sign. Positive times, there's not a sign in front of 46, that means it's positive. So positive times negative is negative. And then we're going to multiply 46 and 27. And this one, it's probably not very easy to see what the answer is. We have to work it out. 6 times 7, 42. And then 4 times 7, 28 plus 4, 32. And then we multiply 2 and 6. That's 12. There's a 1 there. And then we multiply 4 and 2. That's 8 plus 1. That's 9. Now we can add them. 2, 4, and 3 plus 9 is 12. The answer is negative 1,242. Notice that when we are multiplying this number 2 with 46, we have to put a 0 here, and because this 2 does not mean 2, it actually means 20 in this second place. So that's why we have a 0 times everything. You get a 0 there. But if you don't want to put it here, that's fine. But just remember, you have to shift the numbers over to the left one place.